ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਭਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਵਿਖੈ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਈ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਭਰਮ ਪੈ ਭੂਲੇ, ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ। ਇਕ ਉੱਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ, ਤਿਹ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਭਾਟ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ। ਤੇਰੇ ਕਾਵਣ ਕਾਵਣ ਗੁਣ ਕਹਿ ਕਹਿ ਗਾਵਾ, ਤੂੰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੁਣੀ ਨਿਧਾਨ। ਤੁਮਰੀ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਬਰਨ ਨ ਸਕੋ, ਤੂੰ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਊਚ ਭਗਵਾਨ। ਤੇਰੇ ਜੋਰ ਮੈਂ ਗੂੰਗਾ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਹੋ, ਤੇਰੀ ਸਾਧਕਾ ਤੇਰੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ। ਡੰਡੌਤ ਬੰਦਨ ਅਨਕ ਬਾਰ, ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ। ਡੋਲਨ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ। ਡੋਲਨ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ।
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਤਾਨ ਹੋਵੈ ਕਿਸੈ ਤਾਨ, ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਦਾਤ ਜਾਣੈ ਨੀਸਾਨ। ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਗੁਣ ਵਡਿਆਈਆ ਚਾਰ, ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਵਿਖਮ ਵਿਚਾਰ। ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਸਾਜ ਕਰੇ ਤਨ ਖੇਹ, ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਜੀਅ ਲੈ ਫਿਰ ਦੇਹ। ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਜਾਪੈ ਦਿਸੈ ਦੂਰ, ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਵੇਖੈ ਹਾਦਰਾ ਹਦੂਰ। ਕਥ ਨਾ ਕਥੀ ਨਾ ਆਵੈ ਟੋਟ, ਕਥ ਕਥ ਕਥੀ ਕੋਟੀ ਕੋਟ ਕੋਟ। ਦੇ ਦਾ ਦੇ ਲੈ ਦੇ ਥਕ ਪਾਹੇ, ਜੁਗਾ ਜੁਗੰਤਰ ਖਾਹੀ ਖਾਹੇ। ਹੁਕਮੀ ਹੁਕਮ ਚਲਾਏ ਰਾਹੋ, ਨਾਨਕ ਵਿਗਸੈ ਵੇ ਪਰਵਾਹੋ। ਗਾਵੈ ਕੋ ਤਾਨ ਹੋਵੈ ਕਿਸੈ ਤਾਨ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, we are so blessed to sit in the ਸੰਗਤ of ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ's ਓਟ ਆਸਰਾ, they've blessed us now with the third, fourth week of Guru Sahib Ji's Ladiwar Nitnem Katha, which starts, of course, with Sri Japji Sahib. And we have now got to last week, where Satguru Ji explaining the hukam of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And that what happens when someone understands hukam, their homa, their ego, their pride, it leaves. And the Siddhs are hearing this. And then they ask the question, they say, well, if we are to understand the command of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, first we need to know how powerful they are. if you explain to us how powerful they are, we can then see how far their command goes, and then from there, we can start to fall in love with the Akal Purkh Vaheguru more. And so they asked the question to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, tell us, what is the power? Tell us the expanse of Akal Purkh Vaheguru.
Gave ko taan hove kisai taan.
Gave ko taan hove kisai taan. Satguru Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj said, some sing. What can I sing? Gave ko taan. How can I sing about the bal, the power of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? Taan means power. How can I explain to you the power of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? Gave ko taan hove kisai taan. If someone had seen the power, then they'd speak about it. If there was an end to a power, if you could say, okay, Maharaj has this much power, I would tell you. But there is no limit. How can I tell you the power of Akal Purkh Vaheguru if the power never ends? In that sense, they have power forever. It never ends at all. They have power above and beyond our comprehension.
Gave ko daat jane nisan.
How can I now speak about the daat? Gave ko daat jane nisan. How can I speak to you about the daats, the blessings of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? Jane nisan. Nisan means mark or evidence. Where is the evidence, the mark of every single gift Akal Purkh Vaheguru is given? There isn't. There's too many. We can't start to count all of the blessings of Akal Purkh Vaheguru because the blessings themselves are infinite. They are countless, they are boundless, and therefore Maharaj's giving ability is also boundless. Gave ko daat jane nisan. There is no evidence, there is no mark. And Maharaj is saying, how can I tell you about the daats, all the blessings of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, when they themselves don't have a quantity? They don't have a measure themselves.
Gave ko gun vadiyaiya char.
Gave ko gun vadiyaiya char. How can I tell you about the gun, the characteristics, the virtues, the merits of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? Vadiyaiya char, the praises. Char means beauty. How can I tell you about the beauty of Akal Purkh Vaheguru when there is no measure to how beautiful a Maharaj is? When we see one Gursikh, when they read part so shuddh, we fall in love there and then. Imagine there's millions, 3, 4, 5 million Gursikhs reading part in the same way like that. Could we quantify how much Anand we'd get from that? We wouldn't. But Akal Purkh Vaheguru is the one who brought them into Sikhi, gave them Santya, gave them a beautiful voice, and allowed them to go into our ears. The bliss you feel, you can't explain. So how can you then explain the gun, the characteristics, the merits of the one who's made them that beautiful? Maharaj is the one who makes us relevant. Kithe, how can you speak about their char, their vadiyaiyan, their gun? You can't. Maharaj is boundless. Maharaj is endless. We start to put a limit on Guru Sahib Ji. This prachar people do, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji was a teacher, a social reformist, a person, a man. Guru Sahib Ji was born and Guru Sahib Ji died. Maharaj is saying, Gave ko taan. Maharaj is saying that there's no limit to their power. And we've limited their power to born, died, came to the world, did something and left. Some say Guru Nanak Dev Ji was Muslim. Pata nahi kinne, how many different types of old people do gallan of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. But Maharaj is saying, hey, Gave ko gun vadiyaiya char. Maharaj has so many gun. Maharaj has endless amounts of gun. Maharaj has endless amounts of beauty. How can I tell you?
Gave ko vidya vikham vichar.
Maharaj is saying, how can I tell you of the knowledge of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? I.e., how can I explain to you Brahm Gyan? Kisi nu puch lo, how do you quantify Brahm Gyan? What is Brahm Gyan? Explain Brahm Gyan to me. There is no way to explain. How can you say to someone, aha, padke, this is Brahm Gyan. Ke aaj sun lo, this is Brahm Gyan. You can't explain that. Gave ko vidya vikham vichar. Maharaj themselves saying, Gave ko vidya. How do you explain vidya? How do you explain knowledge of Akal Purkh Vaheguru to you? Vikham vichar. It's vikham itself means very, very hard. Bahut aukha. Vichar means to contemplate that. How can I explain to you the vidya, the knowledge of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? It's vikham itself. It's so difficult to explain.
Gave ko saaj kare tankhe.
Gave ko saaj kare tankhe. How do I explain? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is saying to the Siddhs, you want me to explain to you the power of Akal Purkh Vaheguru? How do I explain to you how Maharaj saaj fare tankhe? That first they make something and they turn into ash. What is the answer to that? No one has the answer. How do you explain how Waheguruji makes something so beautiful? Sometimes we see these demolition videos on YouTube, or sometimes in front of us we see people making their houses. We ourselves have our houses made. They look so nice. Then we tar them and we make them again. Something so grand, something so amazing gets demolished into what? Into ash, into rubble, into dust. How does that happen? Maharaj is saying we don't know. Only Akal Purkh Waheguruji knows. How can we put a limit onto why Maharaj makes things and then turns them into dust?
Gave ko ji le fir de.
Maharaj is saying again, how do we explain why someone's born, why they came to this world, why they lived, and then why they die? How can we explain why something is created, why a being comes into this world, and then Maharaj takes it away? Who has the answer? No one knows. People give their own vichar on it, but no one actually has an answer as to why Maharaj makes lives and then why Maharaj takes them away. Why is the earth? Why is the universes? Why are the planets, galaxies? Why is it so complicated? We don't know. Only Akal Purkh Waheguruji knows. That's how vast they are. Maharaj is trying to make us understand. Ke bhai, don't try to go into what Akal Purkh Waheguruji is. There is no way we can start to explain. Their power is too vast. They are too grand themselves.
Gave ko jape dise dur.
The Siddhs ask Maharaj, okay, Maharaj, okay, then fine, tell us how much, where do they not go to? Where does the expanse end? Maharaj says,
Gave ko jape dise dur.
Maharaj kende gave ko jape dise dur. Dur means to be far. But you can only say something is far when you know how much measure there is. If something is 100, 200, 300 miles, you say it's far. Has anyone ever seen the end of Akal Purkh Waheguruji to say if they're far or not? No. Maharaj te kende the ke jape dise dur. Maharaj is so vast. If I got to the end, I'd explain to you, but we can't get to the end of Akal Purkh Waheguru. Our end comes before we find Maharaj's end. And so for that reason, Maharaj says again, there is no way to quantify Maharaj. Maharaj is immeasurable. Maharaj is atol, they are countless.
Gave ko vikhe hadra hadur.
Hanji.
Kathna kathi na ave tot.
Gave ko vikhe hadra hadur. Maharaj themselves are watching the creation from all places. They are themselves, Maharaj says in Sukhmani Sahib, aap katha aap sunane har. They speak and they listen. Maharaj themselves are the one doing everything. They are present in all parts of life. They're watching, they're listening. They are themselves present in the soil, they are present in the trees. They are present in the beings, they're present in everything. Everything at all. How can I tell you where Maharaj isn't when Maharaj themselves is in all places? Satiguruji is explaining against the expanse is so vast. There is no way that they can explain to us where they aren't when they are everywhere.
Kathna kathi na ave tot.
Kathna kathi na ave tot. Maharaj is saying there is no way you can start to explain. There is no way at all that there is anyone that can explain to you with their own vichar, with their own words, okay, how big Maharaj is, how vast Maharaj is, where they start, where they end. Kathana kathi. Katha means to speak the discourse. Kathana kathi na ave tot. There is no end. You can have the same person come in 3 different lifetimes and they still wouldn't be able to tell you how vast Akal Purkh Waheguruji is. There is no end at all of Akal Purkh Waheguru. And that's why Maharaj says to us, Gur ki mat tu le aane, bhagat bana bahut dubbe se aane. We think we're siane, we think we know something. Maharaj is telling us, Pai, take on the mat of the Guru, we don't know anything. Jithe hage aapa, uthe vaava kariya Akal Purkh Waheguru. Let's not think that we are something. The moment that ahankar comes in, that's when everything falls. Bhagat bana bahut dubbe se aane.
Kath kathi koti kot kot.
Kath kathi. Koti kot kot. Maharaj is saying the first kath kathi koti. The first kath and the koti means in the past. Koti means crore, 10 million. They say in the past 10 million different pracharaks, 10 million different speakers have come and they've done katha. They've explained Akal Purkh Waheguru.